Okay, the recording is on. Let me share the agenda. Okay. All right. Thank you everybody for joining the meeting today. It's May 27th, May 27th, 2020. Today is Europe time friendly KubeEdge community meeting. So we have a few items on the agenda. And let me check if there's any new attendee. Maybe we can ask them to briefly introduce themselves. And I see that King is raising his hand. King, would you like to introduce yourself? Hello? Okay, Chen Lingye, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I have talked which I want to share from Slack. And I just in this meeting, I want to share that I'm working on considering building robotics distributed system based on Kubernetes, also KubeEdge. I think I can add my share in agenda. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Sure. I will invite the others to introduce themselves, and then we can move on to the agenda. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Davin Zhang, would you like to introduce yourself? Hello? Okay. Davin is not so convenient, so maybe we can just move on. All right. If anyone would like to introduce yourself, please chime in. Otherwise, we can move on to the agenda. Yeah, or you can feel free to introduce when you want to give comments. All right. So let's move on to the agenda today. The first will be introduction from Chenling Ye. Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to share your screen?
Oh, sorry. No, my phone used in this meeting. I can share the link with you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Please wait a moment.
Yeah. The link is open now.
Oh, okay.
Shall I play the slide, or You can just
Both are okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm now playing the slide. If you need to move on to the next page, just feel free to tell me.
Oh, okay. You can next.
Yes.
Next. Oh, next.
Okay.
Okay. What? We're working on considering building a robotic distributed system on Kubernetes. Next.
Okay.
Just let me describe it. Oh, let me show a description of ROS briefly. The robot operating system is a set of software libraries and tools for building robot applications. But it has no distribution feature. This is what Kubernetes can do. So as we know, Kubernetes is good at container orchestration for automating application deployment, scaling, and management. So we are considering building robotics distributed system based on Kubernetes. So can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Shall I move on next? Or
OK， 可以说中文吗？
可以，我可以帮你翻译。Okay, yeah.
行行。
So just let me briefly introduce. Some of the attendees prefer to speak in Chinese, so I will have to translate. Okay.
OK，thank you，thank you。我们这边想基于K8s 构建一个机器人的分布式系统。因为现在的它的那个 ROS 的操作系统的话，它是主要对下面的一些传感器、一些 sensor 进行了一层的封装，然后对于用户来说，它很容易能够去构建一个机器人的应用程序。但是有一个问题就是，这个机器人操作系统它是不具有分布式的，然后这个就是 K8s 它比较擅长的地方，然后包括容器编排啊，还有一些容器的扩容、缩容这些问题，还有容器的生命周期这些管理。然后我这边就在考虑是把那个 ROS 就是通过那个 K8s 的形式去进行一个容器化的管理。但是另外还有一个问题就是，通过 K8s 去管理的话，因为 ROS 里面的消息分发机制它是广播形式的，也就是所有的 K8s 的 pod 与 pod 之间，它们是要能够相互访问的，然后它们也意味着它们就是要在同一个 LAN 网里面的。这就是我们考虑用 K8s 的原因。但是在用 K8s 的时候，我们发现了有几个问题。第一个就是
可以先稍微停顿一下，我先翻译那个，因为我们线上还有其他人。Okay, so a brief about the background. They are trying to build a distributed system based on for the robotics. So the challenge is that the robotics system itself is not distributed, right? The Rails, right? The name of the system is called the Rails, and they think that so actually Kubernetes did a lot of good things on running the distributed things, but the challenge is that 你刚才说有哪些挑战来着？
第一个就是 K8s，它跑在那个 ARM 上面呢，例如就是树莓派上，它的那个 kubelet 它消耗的 CPU 是比较高的，这是一个问题。
So the first challenge is that running Kubernetes on ARM-based architecture. So even for Kubernetes itself, it consumes a lot of memory. That's one challenge.
对，因为就是在实际的使用中的话，就是我们大部分的那个 robot 的application，他们可能是不在一个 LAN 网里面的。但这个对于 K8s 的集群的话，他们默认的话，更可能的是在 LAN 网里面的，这是又是一个问题。
So the second challenge is that in real world use case, the applications may not run in the same network, not in the same LAN, but Kubernetes need all the components run in same LAN. So that's the second challenge.
Yes. 第三个问题就是Node 他们每个节点他们不具有边缘自治的能力。
Okay. The third challenge is that for the node, the component kubelet are not able to run autonomously when it's disconnected, right?
对的。所以就是我们在社区里面发现了，就是 KubeEdge，它就是这几个问题，它非常好的解决了。从我的视角来看吧，它是非常好的解决了。但是我这边也遇到了一个问题，如果用 KubeEdge 的话，就是因为我们每个 ROS 的 application，它们之间发现消息是通过广播的形式。那就意味着就是每一个 pod 与 pod 之间，它们是可以相互访问的。也就是举个例子，就是在Node A 和 Node B 上面，它们各自有一个 pod，但是 Node A 和 Node B 它们是不在一个 LAN 网里面的。但是我这边可能就需要pod A 能在 Node A 上面的 pod 能够访问 Node B 上面的 pod，并且它们之间是可以通过广播形式的。
那你们中间是通过那个消息啊，还是什么？还是就是 HTTP 的访问？
没有，通过下面广播的形式是这样。
广播实际上是就是互相发现嘛，对吧？
对。
那就是它的通信是用的什么协议啊，或者之类的呢？
通信协议具体下面那一块我不知道，因为我是做 K8s 那一块的 ，ROS 不是我这边的。对。
Okay, so they found that for KubeEdge, the design matching their requirements quite well, but there are still some challenges when adopting on KubeEdge. So the major one is that the applications they run on each node, they need to discover each other by broadcasting, and currently they not yet found solution to do that, right?
Yes。然后就是我们因为是那个广播形式的话，我这边发现的就是，通过那个我们需要先部署那个 CI 的插件，对吧？CI 的插件就是 Flannel，它是不支持广播的。然后就是我们这边就是考虑用那个 WaveNet，它是可以的。这个
OK，你这个 slide 需要往下翻吗？因为好像
你们可以看吧，可以看，不需要往下翻了吧？就
OK。然后你刚才说的是 CI， 你是用了 Wave 是可以做广播是吧？有什么问题吗？
对。没什么问题。
Okay, so they tested that the CNI wave can support the case. 行，那你们现在有这个下一步的计划吗？还是有没有其他的一些什么遇到问题之类的？
现在还在考虑中吧，因为就是现在主要的问题就是他们广播的时候中间的网络问题，主要就是因为 K8S 它是能做到的，但是用 KubeEdge 的话，因为我目前的话我没有很深的去了解，因为我这块我不是很清楚。
Okay, so they are currently still doing more detailed research to try to run the whole thing with KubeEdge. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So that's all about the first thing. So actually, I can also paste the link to the agenda so everyone can see that. All right. I think we can move on to the next. The KubeEdge API framework definition. Anyone would like to discuss about this? I don't see the name who added this item. No? All right. So I can give some background about this. So we know that we have a Acrino AI offloading blueprint. So in the other meeting today, they are discussing about so basically designing the layer for ML learning offloading framework built on top of KubeEdge, and they want to clarify that like how many APIs exposed from KubeEdge they can consume, and then they can better provide the framework for running for supporting different machine learning AI frameworks on top of their offloading layer. I think that's the background. So from KubeEdge itself, the community-wide, I think that currently our document is not enough. This is also this also have been mentioned multiple times. We need a API reference to describe what kind of APIs are provided by KubeEdge and what are the details about the of each field. Okay. All right. So I think that one we may need to create a tracking issue to do that. All right. The next, I think we should also go through the 1.4 release planning. We actually have one spreadsheet, so we can just go through the spreadsheet here. Okay. Any updates on the list? So first is about the EXEC. 张杰, is there any updates?
我现在正在做那个上游的那个，就是 K8S 关于那个证书这一块，先把这个弄进去，然后这个 EXEC 会在 ES 这边正在一直在做。
Okay, so there are some change need to be done in upstream Kubernetes about the certification thing. So currently, Zhangjie is working on that. After that, he will start working on the EXEC. All right. Next, metric server. Shufei?
Yes, hello. Now it's still working on it, still in development. No updates now, I think.
Okay. So any updates on the Golang upgrade? I think we are still pending, right? Okay, and also the gateway support, I think we not yet get the implementation PR rest, so it's still pending. Okay. The next, I don't see Ding on the online, so maybe it's still working on. And upgrade to 118, Kubernetes 118. So we actually need an owner on this. Who can work on that? Okay, if not from now, we can just leave it here. Please feel free to add your name if you want to take this item. All right. So next is the support agent node certificate rotation. Any updates? Hello, Shijie?
Hello. Yeah.
We are doing this now, and we will update the document in the future.
Sorry, can you repeat?
We are still doing this and don't make much programming.
Okay. So next is about the device CRD improvement. Currently, the CRD the proposal is still under review. Please, everyone, if you are interested in that, please take a look and leave a comment there. Okay. Okay, for the edge core running edge core as a systems process, I think this one is ready to merge. Okay. Next, Debian packages for KubeEdge. Who is working on that?
No one.
No? Let me check if anyone. Okay, so I think, yeah, VJ is working on that, right? Okay, maybe we can get updates from VJ later on. Next, edge node cross subnet communication. I think that one is still under discussion. No proposal yet. Okay. And the next three also no proposal yet. All right. So that's all about the 1.4 updates. So something else is about so we just started preparing for the incubation application. I submitted the presentation slide to CNCF SIG runtime last week, but not yet get chance to do the presentation. So that will be probably done in the next week. So yeah, they run meetings every 2 weeks. And in the meantime, the SIG MEC charter and the SIG device charter is still under discussion. Let me check if I went through it or not. Okay, we did some updates on the charter, so maybe I just quickly go through it, and if anyone are interested in this, please take a look and leave your comments. Okay. So for the device IoT, as we introduced it before, it's more to focus improving the device CRD as well as the mapper architecture to make it easy to integrate with more industrial devices, including multiple device communication protocols, as well as make it able to represent more type of devices. So the areas of focus for this scope for this SIG would be defining the common API abstraction. So basically the device CRDs, as well as improve the mapper and the device training framework to make it able to integrate with the devices in different scenarios, like some of the device may be just a switch, and some of the sensors, they get a lot of data. And also we may in this SIG, we need to focus on simplifying the application development to integrate with the device. So we may provide reference implementation, so basically the mappers, and maybe we can also provide some of the code skeleton for end user to develop new mappers. And also for cross-community collaboration, this SIG will be responsible to investigate and probably provide the tooling to do some verification, and maybe later on even promote some conformance testing or promote some standard. Okay. Also, and the data management on the edge. So data management here is more likely means the data produced by the device. So this SIG will also focus on defining the process or workflow, or make it possible for end user to define workflow for processing the data at edge and regenerate like warning or some events. Okay, so that's basically so far the updates about this SIG. And for MEC, there are actually a lot of discussion ongoing, and for the scope currently we're divided to three major aspects. One is for MEC services. So basically that's some relevant functionality to enabling the MEC whole architecture. So the UPF, the user plan functionality, whether it should be covered in KubeEdge or not, is still under discussion. probably will not. For networking, basically this SIG will need to figure out how container networking is required in this for the MEC, and if there's any functionality to be improved, like security, multi-tenancy, or network isolation, or bandwidth isolation sort of things. And the third aspect is the MEC infrastructure. So that one includes like integrating with the hardware accelerator, and also the multiple Kubernetes cluster management, including KubeEdge. So basically, the this SIG is responsible for providing a reference architecture using KubeEdge to enable MEC and make it easier for the technical operators as well as the ecosystem vendors to develop MEC relevant framework functionalities, business on the reference architecture. And also this SIG will also investigate the cross-community collaboration, and also probably provide some testing and verification tools. Yeah, that's some updates about the SIG so far. Any comments or ideas? Okay, so if you are interested in, please take a look and leave your comments there. All right, that's all about the items on the agenda today. So we have some minutes free. Anyone would like to discuss anything, please feel free to chime in.
Kevin, I have a question about this SIG. So
Yeah.
If we want to create this SIG, should we ask the permission from the CNCF or ask permission from some other organization? Or we can just manage it by ourselves?
So this SIG, just to be clear, this SIG is the KubeEdge SIG. So it's under KubeEdge. We can manage it. I mean, we can make the decision inside KubeEdge itself. We don't need any approval from the other organization.
Okay. So if anyone interested in some one of these SIGs, so he can just maybe he can put his names or anywhere, or I mean how to apply to join this SIG.
Well, the SIG is just like we hold the community meeting. So so currently the SIG already have the Slack channel created. So everyone is able to join that Slack channel. And so the one thing not yet confirmed is that each SIG does not yet have a fixed meeting time. So currently the discussion time will be confirmed inside the Slack channel. So please join the Slack channel to keep updated. And to formally make the SIG running, we need to find a fixed time for each SIG meeting, and also we need to finalize the charter. Then we can officially announce that the these two SIGs are started.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other ideas or questions?线上同学有没有什么问题要用中文问的也可以问啊。
可以。我这里是有一些问题。开文老师。
你说。
我想知道就是社区的关于那种破坏性测试，或者说离线断重连这些测试，什么时候会有计划？因为我们最近就是在测试 KubeEdge 的时候，就会发现各种各样的问题，然后在社区 issue 中也可以看到我的那个 assign 的 issue， 包括那些 PR。我觉得如果目前那个 KubeEdge 如果投入不管是那种边缘场景或者是其他场景的话，都会可能出现各种各样的问题。
就是你问的是那个相当于说做一些自动化的这种测试，对吧？
是的。
好，我先用英文复述一下这个问题啊。那个 ，So the question is about whether if there's any plan about doing the test stability checking or chaos testing. So actually we had some offline discussion with the other project maintainer. So maybe one of you know about the one project called Chaos Mesh. So Chaos Mesh is one of the tool using service mesh technology to do chaos engineering on top of Kubernetes. We have some initial idea to using chaos mesh to do chaos testing for KubeEdge to verify the disconnected scenario, as well as like edge node offline or package loss or high latency network environment. But it's still under discussion, and we do need people to volunteer joining that work to make it happen. So for the framework, we actually have one testing framework. So that's the idea was to run KubeEdge on a Kubernetes cluster. So basically using Kubernetes to replace the virtualization thing, and then you don't need the create multiple nodes on any of the public cloud or on your laptop. You can just run simulate the whole KubeEdge cluster with multiple edge nodes on one of the Kubernetes cluster. So in that case, we can easily enforce chaos mesh to simulate some broken environment and verify the KubeEdge functionality. Okay, that's the idea and has been discussed so far, and we need some volunteers to join that work. 还需要中文复述一遍吗？
我听懂了 ，Thank you。
OK，其他还有问题吗？
这里还有一个想法，就是目前我们测试来看的话，边缘的数据库就是 SQLite 跟那个云端不是强同步的。我觉得在消息传递的时候可以增加一个机制，就是检查那个边缘数据的完整性。
你说的这个场景 是完整性还是那个就是叫什么中间过程一致性的问题，就时间上的问题？
我觉得是完整性，就比如说边缘的 SQLite 因为某些原因它失去了某些数据。
OK，但是这个完整性应该是说的那个叫啥？一般我们说的完整性，如果你在通信的过程中要加，可能加的是针对某次消息的这个完整性。全局的应该是全局的，可能还是一些一致性的问题吧。
哦，那就是一致性问题了。
OK，你可以说一说你的场景吗？还是就是上次你问的那个问题？你可以在这里说一下，因为好多人可能还不知道。
哦，好的，就是最简单的一个场景，边端如果有一个机子它宕机了，然后它再去起来，然后并且以同一个节点的名字去起来，去向这个注册，这时候这个里面的 SQLite 这些数据全都丢失了。然后我们目前来讲的话因为云端那个 etcd 当中有一个 CRD 是记录了有哪些数据它发现了边端，然后由于我们数据的缺失并且云端的那个 CRD 这个记录的话，它就 Cloud Hub 把这个资源视作已经下发到云端了，已经下发到边端了，那么就会产生一个错误，就是边端一直想要去获取这个资源，但是获取不到。
所以你这个场景其实有点像是这个主动的需要一次同步，对吧？而不是或者说就是这个应该叫什么？不是因为丢包产生的这种不一致，而是这个中间的破坏造成两边不一致。然后呢，其实你需要一个机制让这个因为我们现在发送都在云端，所以你要不然是重置这个云上的这些状态，然后让它全量的做一次同步，对吧？
哎，我想请教个问题啊，就那个刚才说那什么 SQLite 那个数据库，就你机器宕机的时候，你再起来了之后，因为你的数据为什么会数据库会被跌掉呢？就是我可能理解，可能你可能是从宕机那一刻那相关的一些请求，一些部分数据可能会丢失，但你数据库 SQLite 里面的数据它不是 persistent 到你的机器上面吗？为什么这个也会丢掉？
我是想着这样一个场景，这个是不是丢掉的话，没有仔细考虑过。
OK。
我先复述一下这个问题啊，但我觉得其实这个场景你可能可以作为一个节点硬盘故障的场景，就节点硬盘故障啊，看你要不要把它直接重置成一个新的节点。So the question is that one of the corner case is that when one edge node become offline and the disk may be broken, so basically or the SQLite file broken, then when it come back, it need to fetch all the node relevant data from cloud. While currently the status recorded in the CRD, the sync and the cluster sync in the cloud, they think that all the metadata is up to date on the edge node, so it's preventing the edge node to fetch the data, right? So we may need to find a way to deal with in this case, make it able to for the edge node to fetch all the data, or simply we can think that's a case that the edge node the disk is broken, so we can simply reset the edge node to make it a new edge node.
Yes, thanks.
就是目前的话，KubeEdge 这边的话，它是数据，比如说我这个闭源这边 SQLite 里面的数据的话，它是跟你云端的这个数据，就是说之间是没有做任何同步的，对不对？ 就是说我 Edge 这边的话，它是不是可以把这个数据同时也可以去 sync 到我的 Cloud 这边？有没有这个必要？
其实我觉得简单处理的话，就是你可以就损坏的时候直接重置一下那个，就是把它重置成一个新的节点就行。就其实最主要就是刚才说的这个场景没有办法触发一次全量的这个主动的同步嘛，主动触发一次全量的同步。那或者呢，就是通过一个什么这个标志去重置一下。然后现在我们在 CRD 里面其实记录的就是每个那个对象发送到边缘成功之后，就是边缘已经被 persistent 的它的成功的一个版本号，这个是有记录的。
对，现在就是说边缘存的跟云上应该是没有一个周期性的同步的这么一个这个逻辑是那样的。
其实它就是相当于一个无状态的一个东西嘛，对吧？它丢了就没有了，是吧？
对。
这个我下去可能会思考一下，然后提个 issue 跟这个有关的。因为目前还没思考，所以还没有提 issue。我这还有一个问题，凯文老师，就是目前我看日志上面有很多跟那个就是 leader election 有关的日志，就是边缘端，就现在包括 cloud core 或者说 controller manager 或者说 scheduler manager， 它是通过租约的形式来就通过leader election 的方式去来选组的，然后这 leader election 会频繁的对那些 endpoint 进行更新，这样的话会把这样的 point 给发到那个边缘端，然后日志中就边缘端记录的日志当中有大部分的消息是跟这个有关的。所以我觉得，如果在 Cloud Core 对这方面做一层过滤的话，能够大大的减少消息的传输量。
对，这个我觉得可以啊。这个你看一下，可以做个 proposal 或者做个啥，对。
可现在的话就是简单对那个 resource version 做了一个对比，其实没有对比里面的。我觉得可以，比如比一下那种 spec 每更新就不触发，这不往下发，这个也可以。
因为对于边端来讲，你云端那些选组的话，跟它没什么关系的。在这种 endpoint 更新的话，边端没必要知道。
对，这种可能都不需要往下传，像那种 endpoint。
是的，然后再接下来进一步的话，我觉得就是目前来讲，像 service 这些是全量是同步到边端，就有没有这种想法说只跟这个节点相关的 service， 然后才往下发？
它这个同步主要是为了那个转发的时候用嘛，就是当你这个要转发到其他节点，就其他的 endpoint， 那么它需要知道这个 endpoint 在哪儿，因为在 KubeEdge 里面它需要这个不依赖云上的这个中心就能完成转发，所以这个是原来为什么会全量的同步。
好的。
这个其实如果要优化的话，也可以想一下怎么去做优化，就是我想想，这个可能就是你通盘的考虑一下怎么去减少一些这个云和边的这个传输量，但实际上整体上应该来说，最起码所有在边缘的 endpoint 它应该被同步到每个节点去，就这样在未来的节点互相通信的时候，它才能知道。那么剩下的就是你如何能够区别出，比如说用几条简单的规则去区别出它是 它这些 endpoint 需要发到云上，那么这样的话，它可以粗暴的去做这个处理，就是它识别出来这是一个需要发到云上的，直接发到云上去。这个可以做个 proposal， 对。
好的，That's all. Thanks.
Okay, so the two questions just discussed is one is that when we are implementing the leader election for Cloud Core, because we are reusing the functionality provided by Kubernetes, so the that mechanism will periodically update the endpoint of the Cloud Core instance. And because we are also providing the service functionalities at the edge, so the any endpoint updates would be synced to the edge. So, but actually, the updates of Cloud Core instance is not quite necessary from the edge. So maybe we can add some filtering mechanism to make only useful updates synchronized to the edge. And also another relevant discussion about this that for the whole service endpoint updates, we can also figure out maybe for the updates of endpoint that are located in the cloud, we don't need to sync all the things to the edge. We can roughly make it able to distinguish when a application is accessing the endpoints in the cloud and just simply route the connect to the cloud. For all the endpoints on the edge, we may still need to sync all the things to the edge. So that's just some rough idea. We can figure out more details, and probably there'll be some feature enhancement in these cases. OK， 还有其他问题吗？我们时间应该也差不多了，还剩4分钟。
你好，我有一个问题。
哎，你好。
你好，我是我的名字叫 Real， 我是西雅图这边的 KubeEdge 的那个 team。然后现在呢，我是在做一个工作，就是要 integrate 另外一个 team 的东西，叫做 Miser with KubeEdge。然后我在怎么说，有一个 cluster， 然后有一个cloud node， 还有一个 edge node。然后我把那个 Miser deploy 上去的时候，我可以在我的那个 edge node 上面看到有一些有2个 container 是跟 kube proxy 有关的，但是我没有 deploy 这个，我想问这个正常吗？
你这2个 container 是谁的 container？
对，
是
就是
Miser 的还是什么？
不是，它也没有 Miser 的名字，它的那个名字就是 K8s， 然后 pod， 不是 K8s Cube Proxy， 然后就 blah 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 这样，然后 Miser 的那些 container 全部都是 failed， 就是起不来，所以我就想知道到底是什么原因，或者是
你装了那个 Q Proxy 吗？
我应该没有，因为我每次去试之前，我都把我自己的那些 container 全都清掉，所以应该没有装。我是可以怎么查我有没有装那个 Q Proxy 呢？应该。
哎，许飞听不到你说话。
不好意思，我说我应该，比如说在我的 Edge Node 上面，我怎么知道我自己有没有安装那个 Cube Proxy 呢？
对，你可以Edge Node 正常的话，如果你按照官方的文档来装，正常是没有 Cube Proxy 的。
对，我就想的是这个，因为如果有的话，它一开始那个 Edge Core 是运行不了的嘛。它就是，我就觉得它是以连接上，或者说deploy Miser 之后，它才会有的。
我想问一下，你这个 KubeProxy 部署是不是类似于 daemon set 的形式？可能每个节点它都自动就起了。
这个其实我也不清楚，因为如果是daemon set 的话，我 deploy 的只有一个是关于 Miser 的一些 daemon set。但是如果我在那个 Cloud Core Cloud Node 上面查的话，应该是没有的。
你的 cluster 是怎么部署的？是 kind 吗？还是？
不是，就是用 Kubernetes。
OK，然后你接入了一些这个 Edge Node，对吧？
对，一个 Edge Node，然后我就是 deploy Miser，但是我现在我的电脑又上不了网，不然我就可以把我用的那些 steps 发给你们。或者这样吧，现在如果你们赶时间的话，我可以把那个详细的那个问题发到那个 Slack channel 里面，大家再讨论好吗？
可以。
最好提到 issue 里面，这样大家可以去 follow。
对，好的，谢谢你们。
OK，那个今天的会议时间差不多了，还有谁有问题吗？
他那个 Thomas 在那个 chat 里面发了一个消息。
哪个频道？
就是在这个Zoom 的 chat 里面，他说有报错。
OK，我看一下。Thomas，你那个问题后面在那个 Slack 里面问一下吧，或者那个你提一个 issue，把那个你的详细的日志贴一下。Okay, so we are running out of time. Thank you everybody for joining. We discussed a lot of things today. So the meeting next time would be July 3rd. It would be Pacific time next week. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining. See you until next time.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You.